Hello and welcome to Courage to Create. This is the show where we dive into the stories, struggles, and the triumphs of those who dare to bring their visions to life. I'm Faye Lynne, your host, and today I'm joined by George Sarkodie. He's a mentor with a great passion for mentorship, and he's going to be truly inspiring to you today. So welcome to the show, George.
Thank you very much, Faye. Glad to be here. And thank you for all the beautiful things you are doing out there. Inspiring people,
Oh,
gathering stories is
well,
very, very
thank you.
encouraging. So
Oh,
thank you
yeah.
for having me.
Oh, wow. That's very nice of you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm really excited to hear your story. But before we do, I'm just going to introduce you to the community a little bit so that they know who we're talking to today. George is the founder and team leader of MeetMentors, and that's what we're going to be really focusing on today. MeetMentors provides online mentorship opportunities to support the academics, career, talent, and leadership development of African youth. George has consulted for organizations like the Commonwealth of Learning in Canada and served as the communication and marketing manager at the Grand Prairie Council for Lifelong Learning in Alberta, Canada. Go Canada. Woo. George has mentored students through the MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program at the University of British Columbia and has trained youth and adults in Canada, Ghana, and Denmark through initiatives like the Explore Initiative, Equip Mentorship, and Mentor Hackathon. George holds a Master of Education in Adult Learning and Education, a Master of Science in International Development, and a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology. Currently, he serves as executive pastor at Victory Church on the Rock in Grand Prairie, Alberta, where he lives with his wife, Tina, and their 3 children. Whew, you've been a busy man.
Well,
I'm like, wow, this gentleman has been in a few places. When I see Canada, Ghana, Denmark, I'm like, wow, that's exciting. That's really exciting. So let's start off by talking about MeetMentors and what really started you on this and how did you pick those topics, those key topics?
yeah. Yeah, thank you very much, Faye. So
Mhm.
as long as I remember, I had always loved to teach, train people, impact people from a very early, stage of my life. And so I began involving myself in youth related training programs many, many years back. And so through that, I got a chance to, talk to young people. When I say young people here, mostly high school, junior high school, senior high school students. And so I got to know the kind of struggles they had at that time, trying to figure out where to go, how to navigate school life, career choices, and all those kind of things. And so these moments of my engagement with young people kind of shaped my understanding of the struggles they had gone through. And I also went through that myself, because there was a point in my life I didn't really know how to go on in my educational life. And so I
Right.
would say it was a personal experience, but also experience that I got from engaging with other young people. And then the other part of the question was, why did I choose
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
4 key areas?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so growing up in Ghana, in Africa, education is a big thing, right? Because it can make or unmake you, as we always said there. So um, you want your kids to go to school, you want them to go to the best schools, you want them to have education because we knew that it could transform a person's life. And so, but the nature of the educational system at the time was that the program you studied in high school would determine the other programs you study in college,
Right.
and going on. So,
Yeah.
for instance, if you studied, let's say, business in high school,
Mm-hmm.
eventually you would do business in
And
college, and then that will build you on. If you study general science, you'll move on to the sciences. If you study general arts, you'll go into the social sciences. And so the courses students picked in their high schools would determine how
determine
they
that.
would navigate their path. And so having that coaching, mentorship at that place was a very crucial part.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I started Meet Mentors, based on this knowledge, I knew that if we were able to help young people in the areas of their academics, it will also shape their career. And of
Exactly.
course, I'm someone who believes in talents that God has given to people. And so, well, let's chip that one in there. And leadership is a needed skill for everyone because wherever you are placed, you're going to be a leader. And so
Exactly.
that is how we came by these four key areas.
And I was thinking when you were saying the struggles that the teenagers faced back then, and really the world that they live in now. When I start talking to the youth and mentoring the youth, I'm like, whoa, doesn't it seem like it's a totally different world growing
Mm.
up for them now too? It's wonderful that you can do that and help them out so that they can get that. Especially like you say, and I remember that too in high school. After you took something, it meant you were either going to university or you're going to college, or else you'd have to go back. But there wasn't really a lot of guidance. So that's perfect timing of how you're doing that. Let's take a look then. You started thinking about it, started learning about it. How did you actually kick it off and start doing the
Well,
widespread that it is now?
that's a good question. So, like I said, I began doing this, and then when I finished my degree back in Ghana, I got a scholarship to study in Denmark. So
Ah,
that is where you see the Denmark part of my story.
nice.
So when I came to Denmark, in my mind, I thought after I had left, Ghana as a country, most of the people I was mentoring would not kind of follow me.
Right.
But I realized that was not the case. I got emails, I got Facebook
Oh,
messages.
nice.
They were
Nice.
still asking me the questions that they were asking me back then when I was home.
Hmm.
And so that began to make me know that, you know what, George, there is something in you that can support some of these young people. And
Nice.
so that was a key moment in knowing that although I am out of the country, my services and what I can provide has not ended. And
That's
so
wow.
I,
Good.
I thought I could still do something even though I am out of the country. So that is one key moment. But the
Hmm.
other event that happened was that when I got my admission to study at the Aarhus University in Denmark,
Hmm.
before I left Ghana and came to Denmark, the university assigned me to a mentor. And so this
Ah,
mentor reached out to me whilst I was still in Ghana. And I was like, wow,
yeah,
so
that
this
must
is
have.
really like this can happen.
Oh,
Right. So when I came, I mean,
that's
she
nice.
really helped me to navigate my life
Good.
in a new country, in a new university, and all of that. That was a
Wow.
key moment. I
That
realized
is.
this is helpful. This can transform, people's lives. So that was one.
Mhm.
The second thing was after my program in Denmark, I came to Canada to do another graduate program. So when I came to Canada, I was invited to join the MasterCard Foundation
Well, that's great.
Scholars Program at the University of British Columbia. And so, as a mentor in the program, I began to get a deeper understanding of what mentorship can do to students.
Mm.
And the big thing was at the end of the mentorship season at University of British Columbia, MasterCard organized an event for all the mentors and the mentees to come together. And that was for me, it was the aha moment.
Well, yeah.
Met with people who had left the university like 10 years, 15, 20
Oh,
years,
wow.
and they had been pulled back as mentors. And so sitting in that meeting, I was like, you know what, George, right after this place, you've got to go and do something about this whole thing.
Oh, wow.
You
That
can
is
do it.
excellent. Oh my
So
goodness.
these two things really kind of kicked me to say, you know
Hmm.
what, you've been thinking about this for many years. It is time for you to do it. But you know what happened? The striking part was I lost my job in 2017. And when I was home navigating
Hmm.
the next stage, I felt that was the time to start the organization. I
Ah,
sat down, I told myself, George, there's so much in you. You can help other people. You can put something together. And so
wow.
it was the time I began to register the organization, do more research about mentorship. I did tons of research,
Did you?
online about mentorship. I
Did you?
reached out to friends that I knew could be part of this vision. And
Hmm.
so that was when it was birthed.
Oh my goodness. Wow. So that's the opportunity came right after too, right? So, and the other thing I hear from that is that proximity. When you're around people, the right people in the right room, and
Yes,
when all of a sudden the light comes on, it's like, well,
yes.
but if you had never been in that room, who knows how long it might have taken for that
I,
to
I
happen.
I really believe that, well, iron sharpens iron. Relationships are very important.
Yes, they
And
are.
I'm always grateful that I participated in that MasterCard Foundation mentorship
Yeah.
program.
Wow.
It changed a lot in my life regarding
Wow,
mentorship.
that is wonderful. That and in so many other lives. And that's the next thing that I'm going to ask about is how it has influenced other people because I'm sure you have so many stories, but it'd be great to hear something if there's something you can share with us. And I know it impacts yourself too. So if there's
Hmm.
anything you could tell us about that of how it influences and impacts.
You know what, Faye? This is it's just wild. To be honest, when you do something, I mean, you get focused on what you're doing,
Yeah.
and you kind of know the audience you're
Yeah.
reaching, but you have no idea how far it can spread.
Wow.
So, a very practical example. Early this year in February, one of my professors from the University of British Columbia invited me to teach a class I took
Huh.
many years back. And so it was the course is comparative and international adult education.
Oh, wow.
So I was invited to teach this course.
Nice.
I joined the course online because I'm in Alberta and they are in Vancouver, right? So
Right.
I did the
Right.
teaching online.
Oh,
And
wow.
she wanted me to talk about, of course, comparative adult education globally, but
Mhm.
from the perspective of Meet Mentors and from an African perspective. And so
Oh,
that was the approach she wanted me to, which
wow.
of course I did present. But something happened in the class. Here I am with these graduate students, in Vancouver.
Mhm.
I was sharing with them impact we've made, the people we've touched all across the continent.
Mhm.
And then there is a lady in the class who wants to share something here. And I don't even know her from anywhere because, I mean, she's a
Right.
student and I'm just
Right.
teaching.
Yes.
And then she says, I used to work for an American organization. And what we did was that we would sample organizations that provide education and mentorship and kind of study the model they use and how they go about their things, how they match mentors and mentees. And
Oh,
she
wow.
said this,
Don't
I
tell.
was assigned to do this research and we chose Meet Mentors. And I'm like,
Oh, man, you must
really? Like,
you can't plan for that to happen. That's so cool.
it's so, and
Wow. Oh, you
it's
must have
really,
just been you must have been, oh,
I was
fluttering.
like, how can this happen? Because like our focus is not even the US, right? But this is it.
Wow.
So it really touched me. I was like, George, I've got no idea how far this is going,
That's
you
right.
know. So this is
That's
just
right.
this year, but like practically,
Wow.
we
That's
have
cool.
partnered with many universities, many student group. We've reached a lot
Yeah.
of people, countries. Like the last program we did, we had participants from 13 countries across the continent. So
Wow.
spreading from Ghana, Nigeria to down to Zambia, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Malawi, we reached all these people. We have partnered with a university in Cameroon to run a francophone version of our program
Oh,
because, of course, we feel that it's not just English, even though that is the main
yeah. Yeah.
mode of communication. We also know there are some young people who are francophone, and so
Right.
we've explored one francophone event, and thousands of young people have been reached in these areas. So we share a lot, of course, on our social media platforms every year when we launch our programs. We've got success stories, and I hear the stories all the time. Some of the students who have moved on to leadership positions in their universities. It's just wild.
Must be
It's just
humbling just to think, how could this all be happening?
exactly. So the next part of your question was, how has that impacted me?
Yes.
My philosophy for leadership is that leadership is both a privilege and a responsibility.
Mhm. That's good.
So the privilege part is where it becomes humbling that
Mhm.
you've got no idea who you're reaching, who you're
Yeah.
impacting. And so
Yeah.
that keeps you humble to be able to, learn and grow and be the better version of yourself to reach more people. And then the responsibility part is okay, now you've tagged this, man, you can go back. You've got to keep working because
That's right. That's right.
you know
Exactly.
and so the responsibility part is where you've got to strengthen the organization, structure things well, build the right frameworks, get the right partnerships, and make sure you are stable, you are strong, and then you
Yeah.
can reach more people. And so this is
Well,
personally
that's
how
awesome.
this has impacted me. A
Wow.
place of humility as a
Mhm.
privilege and a place of responsibility to make sure that what we're providing is the best version of what we can do to the people that we are serving.
Wow, it really is twofold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, are you for when you have people that become mentors for you and come on in that way, is it difficult to find that, or are you finding that people are really on board and coming on board with you easily?
People get on board, and like we learn over time as we build these organizations and as we reach out to people. So all our mentors are volunteers,
Oh,
right? And so we have mentors from all over the world. And when I say all over the world, I mean like all over the world. We've
literally.
got mentors from North America, Europe,
Wow.
across Africa,
Oh, wow, that's
in the
awesome.
Middle East, down to Australia, New Zealand. We've got mentors from all over these places.
Oh my
And
goodness.
so the story keeps going. People hear the story and they share the story with other people and then they come on board. So getting mentors hasn't been a problem
No.
for us. People love what we do. The good thing is we have a lot of people who want to give back.
Yeah.
And what I have found was that many were looking for a platform to be able to do this. And so
Oh,
Meet Mentors has become the platform where
nice.
people can stand to be able to give back to the community.
To the
And
community,
that
right.
is what Meet Mentors is doing.
I just feel like you must be in awe at sometimes. You just must sit back and think, "It's incredible." It just I know it's a snowball, it keeps going, you wanna keep building it, but it
Yeah,
must be incredible just to see how
it
it's
is. It is fair,
wow,
especially
good
when you
for
hear the
you.
stories of transformation that people have
Yes.
gone through. We have
Yeah.
people who have moved. We met them when they were in undergraduate program, and they've
Mhm.
climbed through. Now they are doing their PhDs, and this humbles me. I know people who came to the program, they were struggling to identify their purpose, and
Mhm.
through some of the program that we've offered, they've been able to clarify their purpose and vision, and they're
Wow.
living a fulfilled life every day. And I'm talking from a wide range of students. Some are in
Right.
medicine, like we've got
Right.
medical doctors who come into, medical school who join our program. Some are in
Oh.
law school who join our program. Some
Oh.
are in like accounting who join our program. So diverse
It's
background,
yeah.
engineering, because our
Wow.
programs are very wide. We have 4 different programs that we normally offer.
Oh,
We
do
have,
you?
if I can go over that quickly.
Yeah, yeah, no, do
So
please.
yeah, we have what we call the Explore Initiative. So with Explore Initiative, we partner with universities to
Okay.
offer the program with departments. So for instance, if we pick
Ah.
economics department of, let's say,
Mhm.
the University of Ghana, which we've done, of course,
Mhm.
we invite speakers who can talk about career options in the field of economics. So from academic careers, from research careers to practical
Mhm.
mainstream application of economics, right, in corporate world. And so we invite speakers who come. And initially we were trying to run this program maybe like 1 hour Zoom session. And Faye, you'd be surprised we can go for like 3 hours because
Do
there's
you?
so many questions. Yes, and they don't want to go. We've had like
Nice.
300 and over students on one session of our program
Wow,
because it's so well.
George.
So we do this program with the
That's
universities. We partner with universities and student groups to do this program. The other program we do is what we call the Equip program. So
okay.
Equip program is a 6-week intensive online mentorship program.
Oh, okay, so that's a
We
different
we send out invitations, people apply, and we select those who qualify. It's more like a fellowship program of a sort. So when they graduate, they become fellows, Equip fellows.
yeah.
So
Oh,
they go
wow.
through the program, they've got assignments to do, they've got questions to answer for the 6 weeks, and we have graduation at the end of each of these sessions.
Oh, wow.
And then we run the mentor hackathon, which is once
Yeah,
kind
what
of
is
our
that?
annual conference where
Okay.
we bring together, we look at some of the topical issues across the continent. These days, like, entrepreneurship is a big thing that most
Mhm.
people are,
Right.
talking about. AI
Yeah.
has become another big thing. So we
Yes.
invite speakers who can speak to that to reach
Wow.
out to people. Africa is the youngest continent in the world. I'm sure you probably would know. But
Mhm.
do you know that the median age is 19.3?
It is?
Yes, 19.3.
Wow, no, I did not know
Nowhere in
that.
the world, no continent in the world
No.
has got that median age. And so there
No.
are a lot of young people on the continent who
Mhm.
need what we are providing, this
Wow.
educational support. And sometimes the mainstream educational institutions do not provide these services. And so
Right,
we
right.
are coming in to close that gap to help build the next generation. It's
Isn't
exciting.
it is exciting, just
It's
to hear about
exciting.
it is exciting, and I was just thinking in my mind was going in that if this was 25 years ago, you didn't even have the options to be so global like this. You didn't have the connection that you can connect with anyone in the world. So I just love the fact that the platforms are there that now have opened things up globally that you can just do yeah,
Yeah.
like you can do
Yeah.
beyond what you had ever imagined before, right?
It is a power
Wow.
of technology, right? There are times,
Yes.
in our program, we have people applying from maybe like in Asia and other. Can I be part of
Wow.
your program?
Wow.
Yeah, maybe not now, but we probably will get there in the next few years.
Eventually, yes,
Eventually,
eventually,
but now
yeah.
we want to look at the main focus and then move on. But because of technology, you can reach a wider range of people, and that is the exciting part of
Yes.
what we can do. Like our mentors can mentor from everywhere in the world because it's
Wow.
technology.
Right.
You can have a
Yeah.
mentor in New Zealand. You just have to wake up
Yeah.
early
Yeah.
and meet with your mentor.
Yeah.
But you can do that.
But you can do it. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Wow.
we have, and some of the relationship, as you know, mentorship relationship grows even beyond the time frame that we assign to them. And some
Yes.
have helped them to apply for schools, job. It's just wild how these things have grown. It's just, and the other thing is we are also building a community of young people across the different countries. Programs we have, after the programs have ended, these young people have gotten to know each other from different countries. So maybe
Mhm.
you were in South Africa, now you know somebody from Ghana. You were maybe in
Right.
Nigeria, you know somebody from Zambia, from Malawi, from Zimbabwe. So now they share ideas on the platforms and they connect on the platforms and they are just building each other. And it's just interesting. One of the ladies I think is coming for a conference.
Mhm.
She's in Nigeria. She's coming for a conference in Ghana this end of this year. And then she put on the profile on the page. Well, I'm going to be coming here. Is there anybody I can connect with? So the community that is being
Oh,
built
nice.
is
Yeah.
also, we didn't even think about that, but this has become like, the
It's like a
after
bonus.
effect.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
It is
Yes.
great. They can learn from each other, share ideas, and just support each other. So it is really exciting, to be honest. When I sit back sometimes and
And really
I
think
look,
about it. Yeah.
it's just, and I thank God for the team I have, very supportive
Yes.
team that
Yeah.
help these things to come. So yeah.
So exciting. I feel like you could just talk for 4 hours about
Sure, we can.
so much. There's so much. Let's see if we can help our viewers a little bit because is there something that you found that you saw in yourself, a certain trait that you saw in yourself that maybe if you tweaked that trait a little bit and then it made you get to a point where you actually did the thing that you wanted to do? Where if there's people that are a little hesitant of moving out, is there something they could find in themselves maybe that you found in yourself?
Yeah, Faye, I mentioned this earlier, but I'll go back to it because
Okay.
it's a key part of my life. I began to know from an early stage that I loved teaching.
Mm-hmm.
I loved sharing knowledge, actually developing knowledge and sharing knowledge. I always said if you give me something to teach, as long as I understand, it is not a problem for me to let somebody understand it. I
Nice.
knew
That's
that
good.
was kind of a gift God
A
gave me.
gift. Yeah.
And so I began to explore how this could be used to help people. I believe in God giving talents and I believe in using the potentials to be able to serve other people.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would say that was the trait I found in me. And I began small. And I mean, Meet Mentors is what we're talking about today. But even before Meet Mentors,
Right.
I began in other areas in a smaller way. But I was thinking of how to grow it, how to develop it, how to let it reach. So I would say, I mean, for those who are listening to us,
Yes.
because it's a learning platform as well,
Yes.
look inside. What gift has God given to you? How
Mm-hmm.
can that gift serve other people? I always say this. I said, an apple tree does not eat its own fruits,
Oh,
right? The fruits are for other people, for you humans
yeah.
to eat,
Yeah.
right? But the
Yeah.
tree must bear the fruits, and that for me, that is how gifts are. You've got a gift in you, it's not necessarily for you, it's for other people. You have
That
a responsibility to develop the gift, hone it well, find the right audience that can be served by the gift, and serve them. Begin small and see how it grows. Someone said,
that's good.
begin local but think global. So
Yeah.
you start small, develop the gift,
Yeah.
serve, and then just see how it's. So for me, that has been it. But there is a courage at a point to say, now I want to launch
Yeah.
out something from what I have. But if you have used it in a smaller way, bit by bit, you will see how you can use it to serve other people. And
Right. It
so,
gives you a comfort sort of, right?
ex-
Because you've done it locally.
exactly. So
Mm-hmm.
get to know yourself, get to know what you have. It could be starting from your family, it could be starting from
Yes.
friends around you, it could be
Yeah.
just let it start growing from that point. And then you will figure out that as you move and as you serve other people, the gift will grow and you can reach more. So look inside of you, find what God has given to you, and just begin to ask yourself,
And
who
use
can
that.
benefit from my gift? Use it from that point and just see
Very
how it
good.
goes.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's excellent. That's very good advice. That is very good advice because we all do have it. Some people say, "Oh, I don't have anything." I don't. No, we do.
you
Sometimes
do.
you need to have a mentor that's going to help you find that, ask you the right questions, right, and to find
Exactly.
what gift you have. Okay, well, I have one more question that I didn't have listed to you, but I just wanted to ask you, what if you could name one person that influenced you throughout your life that has brought you to this point where mentorship, obviously your passion is so strong for mentoring. Is there one person that sort of just brought that into your life and that means not that they're better than anyone else, but just have a significant
That's a very big question because I always say I'm a product of mentors. You know, I have had lots of people who
Have
have poured into my life over the years, back in Ghana, across Denmark, even in Canada.
mm.
I've had a lot of people, but one key person who has influenced my life. I'm not sure whether you know Dr. Miles Monroe.
No, I don't. I'm not familiar
Miles
with.
Monroe he was from Bahamas. He was a
Oh,
preacher, he was a leadership teacher, he was a coach, he was a pastor, he was that kind of a person who believed in the potential that God has given to people, who believed in purpose, who believed in fact, purpose was one of the subjects he wrote and taught about
oh, I'll have to
globally. He was a
look.
global speaker, you
Oh,
know. And so in as much as I've benefited from up
a
close and
lot.
personal relationships,
Hmm.
Miles Monroe has been someone who has influenced my life a lot because
Wow.
I love him. I listen to him
Yeah.
now. He's
Yeah.
passed, some years back, but I listen to him now, and his teaching and wisdom has shaped my life so much.
Wow, that's great to hear. And I'm going to make sure that I have that in the notes so that people can you look them up, so people can look them up
Yes.
and give it a listen. Thank you for
Yes.
that. Now,
You're welcome.
before we start to say goodbye to everyone, is there anything else that you would like the viewers to know about you, George? Is there anything else you have going on? And I know Meet Mentors is a lot, but
It's going on. Yes. Well,
yeah,
I always have things going on.
of course.
So in addition to Meet Mentors, I am writing my second book.
Oh, that's
And
wonderful.
that is very,
Wonderful.
very exciting. I wrote my first book in 2023. It was a devotional. I call it a non-traditional devotional. The title was On
Oh,
Eagle's Wings. But this
nice.
time around, I'm writing my second book on how to discover your purpose and
Nice.
identify your calling. Once
Nice.
again, working with youth, you're working with young adults, this is a big thing. Of course, not just for this population.
No,
I
it's
think everybody has got that bent
yes.
in them. But
Yes.
that is what I'm working on now. So
Oh,
I
nice.
am writing this book because I have been doing a lot of training with some of the keys and principles I'm now putting together for several years. I've taught it even in Meet Mentors and at different places. But I feel there is a need for me to put this idea together and make sure it can reach more people. So in this
Oh,
book,
nice.
I'm looking at subjects like identity. I have
Oh,
developed what I call the holistic identity framework, a
oh,
framework that can be used for people to discover who they are in full. And the
wow.
details are all there.
That's big.
It's huge. It's
That is
huge.
big.
And because,
Wow.
like I said, I've talked to a lot of people. I've done
Hmm.
tons of research. I've done a lot of training in this area. And so I've identified the gaps in
Nice.
identity discovery. And so I'm dealing with it in this book. But in addition to that, I'm looking at 5 keys that I believe every single person on this planet, no matter where you are, can use to discover your God-given purpose and to live out, know your calling and live it out. So that is what I'm
Wow.
working on right now. The book
Wow.
is, yes,
That you sound like so confident about it. You're going to know if you use those 5 keys. You
you
sound
know
very
what?
confident.
It's just like saying this to somebody. If someone is hungry and you've got food, you know that when they eat, they're going to be
Ooh.
full. 100%. You don't need to.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So
You
I
know
mean,
that.
I'm speaking boldly because I believe in what I'm bringing,
Good
but
for you.
it's from a place of testing and trying
Yes.
and knowing how it is. These are principles, like I said, I used it for training, but then they are so real and so practical to every single person on the face of this earth. No
Really.
matter
Yeah.
where you live on the planet, I believe these key principles will help you to discover who you are,
Wow.
clarify your calling, know your identity, and walk in your purpose. I have
Wow.
100% assurance about that. So that is what
Wow.
I'm working on in my
That's
second book.
wonderful.
Hopefully, I'm going to get it out. I'm still talking with the press. It should
All
be
right.
out before the end of the year.
Wonderful.
Yes, yes. It's been
Wow.
one of
That's
my
great.
biggest projects this whole year. So
I can
I can't
imagine.
wait
Yeah.
to see that baby born.
Oh, wow. I know. That's it. Hey, you're expecting, like, come on, bring it on, bring it on. Oh,
Yes,
that's
exactly.
wonderful. I'll make sure, like, I don't know if you have any particulars we can add, but maybe I'll just have your first book in the YouTube notes. And then later on, we can add your second book in there. And so that just to make sure people get in touch with you. And really, thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate everything that you said. It's so inspiring. I can't see someone listening to this and thinking, oh, I can't do this or I can't. It just seems like just opportunity can come to us, but it's if you don't recognize it and you turn and you've missed that opportunity. But if we're just aware of it and we know what our calling is, and then we already know, like I call it in my framework, our beacon. If you know your why, you know your beacon, then you're going to move to the things that move you towards your beacon. You knew you loved to teach. You had a passion for that. And I love the path that it just took you right to where you are today and to where you're going to be in the future. Right?
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. Well, thanks again. And to the viewers, watch every episode of this Courage to Create, because we have some people who just have done amazing things with the gifts that they've been given. And again, thank you so much, George, and God bless you. And I wish you all the best with all your future endeavors.
Thank you very much, and all the best as well.
Thank you to our amazing guest for inspiring us today. If you love this Courage to Create show, please subscribe for more stories to fuel your creativity and courage with Faye Lynne's Lighthouse. I will see you next time.